Yes, you guys read the title. And today, guys, we're gonna be reacting to the odd ones. So yeah, let's do this. Also, just quick definition. I've watched a lot of odd ones out videos. I'm just watching the ones here that I haven't seen. So yeah, just quick warning. Proper reaction.
I hate you!
What the frick?
Next time, don't steal my Monopoly! Ariana, give James your $200. You landed on his property. No! He's in jail! I'm not gonna give money to a criminal! That's not how you... Mommy, why is brother screaming? Shut the f*** up, Sally. You don't get to talk after stealing my last railroad. I wish I was never born! Me too! You think I wanted this?
Hi, what you all just witnessed is the phenomenon known as family game night. Family game night plays an important role in the household dynamic, as studies have shown that families who...
No, my family is the opposite. My family is very chilled out. My granddad, he's the one who's reading the manual, trying to see who's cheating in the game and who's not cheating every single time someone takes a go. My granny's the one who's just like... My granny's just the one who doesn't even have a clue. But even though it's like the 100th or 20th time I've tried to explain it to her. No, me. I'm the one that screams every time someone beats me at something in the game. My dad, he bids cheer. Like, he just cheats in games. I'm saying it fair and square. He took all the money in Monopoly and he found it, right, and guess where? On a seat. And he was sitting on all the money and he wasn't giving me it. But actually, it turned out I won. But I didn't even know what was happening. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm just a reg quitter.
participate in activities together, form closer bonds, and stronger relationships with each other. So try setting aside some time to play board games with your family. And if they beat you, cut them out of your life forever. Okay, have fun, you guys.
I like board games. I guess any game that doesn't involve me getting up and moving around, I'm a huge fan of. Also, since I'm bad at everything and don't like playing games against someone who's better than me, I really love the games that don't require any type of skill, like the game Chutes and Ladders, which I just learned today has another name called Snakes and Ladders. And I'm going to call it that instead, because I'd rather draw snakes than chutes. In Snakes and Ladders, you have no free will. You're at the mercy of a single dice, and I love it. While I was looking up walkthroughs for Snakes and Ladders, I quickly learned that this game was made for preschoolers, which is probably why it's so simple. Or how about the game Sorry, which is the most unapologetic game I've ever played. There's some strategy in that game, but most of the time you're just getting revenge on the players who've wronged you. And the creators of Sorry knew this because the tagline of the game is, Sorry, the game of sweet revenge. Which, if you think about it, is a pretty funny oxymoron. Aha! Take this! Sorry. I know how to play chess, but like most things, I'm not very good.
Yes, chess. I know I sound like an old person. Bestest game ever. Also, that queen, you should just move it like one space. And then the castle wouldn't get to her. Wait, is it even on like the black or white? No, is the castle even on the black or white? I don't know.
Good at it. Unless I'm playing against someone under the age of 4, I don't want to play that game. Because it shows everyone how bad I am at planning ahead. That's a game that's 100% strategy-based. It's like the IQ test of board games. Beating someone in chess will put you more ahead academically than anyone with a Harvard degree. And you'll get more babes. However, there is one exception, and that is, it's okay to lose at chess.
Hey, what the sauce?
If you're playing against a computer, even if it's on easy mode. Computers are way better at planning ahead than anyone. Because I don't know how, but a human made a computer that can beat the world's best chess player, but the creator of the computer can't beat the world's best chess player. So I guess that means it's game over. We tried our best, but we've peaked. Whenever you beat a computer in chess, it was going easy on you. Imagine if we made a computer that could beat the world's best Snakes and Ladders player. I would pay money to see a Snakes and Ladders championship. and everyone watching knows that the person playing is just some Joe Schmo that acts like the world's best Snakes and Ladders player, but they're all still excited. And there's real snakes that you get to slide down? That would be amazing! Sign me up. While we're on the topic of chess, I want to tell you about this cool sport I discovered called chess boxing. This is an actual competitive sport where two players play chess for 3 minutes, then box each other for 3 minutes. And they keep...
Yo, low-key, not joking, I kind of want to see chess boxing. This right here, cinema, bro. Sign me up, bro. I would be the master at this. Maybe not the boxing part, but the chess part, definitely. But yeah, I would like to be in front of a crowd. Maybe get my ass kicked. Be funny, it would be.
Switching between chess and boxing until someone either gets a checkmate, they run out of time playing chess, or they KO the other player. I love this sport because it combines two polar opposite games, and it's something that anyone can play. Brains over brawn? Try saying that after I sucker punch you in the... Oh, that was a good move. I'm gonna punch you so hard in the balls for that. I know I just said I was bad at chess, but if there's any YouTubers who want to challenge me to a chess boxing match, I will gladly take you to the ring, and we can charge people $12 just to watch. And we can end it in a draw, so that way you won't look bad in front of your fans. So Battleship, that's another board game, and it also got a big Hollywood movie based off of it. I haven't seen it, but I hope there's a scene where the captain of the ship goes, "Men, fire at..."
Wait, there's a Battleships movie? Nah, bro, low-key, I kind of want to watch that right now. Does it cost money?
D6? And then there's an explosion in the distance, and then Rihanna, who is actually in that movie, says, "Sir, the alien sent a message. It says..."
So, they ask me, do I want to be president? I agree.
No.
The message. It says... Miss. And the captain goes, Someone write that down so we don't forget. And then there'll be an explosion at the back of their ship, and alarms start going off, and everyone on board starts freaking out except for the captain. And he goes, "Rihanna, send the aliens a message. Tell them... hit." Also, ask them if they think the situation would make a good board game. And if that scene is not in the movie, I hate it. Did anyone else collect a bunch of Pokemon cards but never knew how to play the game? I don't think I met a single person who actually knew how to play the card game. Which was weird, because in my school, the card game was just as popular as the video games. Kids would always show off their collection of cards and binders, and everyone always wanted the highly coveted shiny...
Yeah, honestly. I do collect Pokemon cards. I just haven't opened a pack in a while. Yeah, I should actually put that down my birthday list, to be fair. Like, it'd be pretty class. Like, make a YouTube video just being like, yeah, I'm opening like 4 packets of Pokemon cards. Yeah, it'd be cool. Yeah. If you want a video of me showing off my Pokemon cards, just let me know. Let me know down in the comments.
Charizard card. You know which one I'm talking about. You know which one I'm talking about. You know which one I'm talking about. Unlike Yu-Gi-Oh!, which had dedicated episodes explaining why these 5 pieces of cardboard were expensive, the shiny Charizard was rare, not because it was good in the game, but because everyone agreed that it looked cool. But then when you ask someone, "Hey, do you want to play a game?" they would say, "Okay, I summon my Charizard in attack mode." Does anyone even know how to play the Pokemon card game? I bet none of these guys even know what
I do, but like, honestly, it's very stupid. Like, I barely understand it. I tried learning and I failed. And I admit that on YouTube.
doing. How'd this guy win? He didn't even call Uno. I can't be too hard on the Pokemon cards, because the card game I like is probably way more complicated than Pokemon. I don't know for sure because, like I said, I don't know how to play the Pokemon card game, but my favorite card game is Neopets. I'm just kidding, that was a joke. Kind of. I did actually own a lot of Neopet cards. I don't remember exactly how to play. I do remember you have to get 21 points to win, which got me into playing blackjack. But it's okay that I don't remember how to play, because no one else is playing.
Yeah, cards, yeah. It's a good game, I can't lie. I play all the time with my mates. My mate actually betted like money. I betted some money. Yeah, it's pretty good. Though I won, so Good for me, I guess.
Game. I wanted to find some footage of a Neopet TGC championship, only to come to the disappointing realization that no Neopet championship exists, which is sad. So, if there's any YouTubers watching who want to fight my Scorchio, square up. Okay, but for real, the card game I like the most is Magic the Gathering. And fun little factoid, all 3 card games I've mentioned were created by the same company, Wizards of the Coast. Hey, is that a Monopoly reference? I've been playing Magic since 2007, and back then the game was a lot more simple. Look at some of these more recent cards. First, see how many words are on them, and if we flip them over, they merge into an even bigger card. What? If you showed these cards to my 11-year-old self, I would have lost my marbles. My favorite thing about Magic is when Dick Garfield, was first creating the game in 1993, he didn't really have an accurate way of testing the cards to make sure they're all fair and balanced, and he ended up creating some of the most overpowered cards in Magic. And players today refer to these cards as the Power 9, because there were 9 really good ones, which is why every single one of them is banned. Now, don't get me wrong, the Power 9 are good cards, but none of them are like, you win the game good. Take this one for example, Ancestral Recall. All it says is, draw 3 cards, or force opponent to draw 3 cards. Which is stupid that they added that last part. Why would you ever give your opponent 3 more cards to beat you with? Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, a slightly better Pot of Greed, which is a card that allows me to draw 2 new cards from my deck and place them into my hand, is one of the top 9 most powerful Magic cards? Yeah, Pot of Greed is banned too. Games play such an important role in childhood, and here's what they all teach us. In Magic, if you're really good at what you do, no one will invite you to their tournament. Monopoly, white-collar crime is okay. Battleship, just guess and check. Snakes and ladders, if you see a ladder, climb it immediately. And no one cares about Neopets. Now, if you excuse me, I have to show this prison guard my coupon I have that lets me get out of jail anytime I like.
Bit Bible, the app that makes you read one Bible verse every.
Yeah, I've seen this one, but it's actually very good, and I like this one. It's called Wrong Numbers, right?
Hello?
Despite wrong numbers.
Okay. It's
Like
for you,
on phones.
James. Hey, James, this is James from the future. Just wanted to give you a call and let you know that puberty can be tough, but you can get through it. So I just wanted to let you know that everything's going to be okay and I love you. You got the wrong number. I grew up in a generation where smartphones were a new thing and everyone in my class had one except for me. My parents never got me one because they didn't want me to access the internet on a device that could fit in my pocket because they were super strict and didn't want me looking at internet stuff, which backfired horribly. So they never gave me a smartphone. In fact, I didn't even get my first cell phone until I was 16 years old. Now, as an adult who uses a cell phone every day, I don't know how I survived for 16 years without one. I think when I was younger, if I was ever in a situation where I needed to call my parents, I would just ask the nearest person if I could borrow their phone. Now, if there's any parents watching this who haven't given their children a cell phone yet, take it from a guy on the internet with no children. You should get them one. It doesn't have to be a smart one, you can just give them your standard drug dealer phone, but you should at least give them a cell.
Exactly. You know, like, what happens if they get, like, in trouble? Like, there's a lot of reasons why I've needed a phone. First, what happens if I don't have lunch money? I need to ask for lunch money. Also, so I can make YouTube videos like these. Because it won't allow me to record it on PlayStation. Also, I'm allowed to bring my phone to Granny's and my mum's. And also, maybe like keep in contact with some of your mates, etc., on YouTube videos.
Phone in case there's an emergency and they need to call you or the police. The only downside I can think of giving your child a phone is they'll end up spending too much time on it, so you should just turn off their service from time to time, I don't know. When I turned 16 and finished up my sophomore year of high school, I got my very first cell phone, an LG Cosmos 2. I didn't grow up in the 90s. Everyone else had iPhones, but I was the only one with a phone that had a keyboard on it. And with that cell phone, I've had a couple of incidences where sometimes a random person would call me thinking I was someone else and then wouldn't admit they're wrong. And that's how you segue into the theme of this month's video. This first story happened when I was working at Subway. That's right, another Subway story. Hashtag Subway4. It wasn't good enough to be in the other 3. So, it was 5 minutes until closing, and we get a phone call on the Subway phone. I pick it up and say, thank you for calling Subway. How may I help you? I was supposed to say, this is James. How may I help you? But I wasn't about to tell this random stranger my name. Idiot. Anyway, the other person on the line said, hey, what time do you guys close?
Join the Avis car rental.
In 5 minutes. Is it alright if I show up late? I just need gas. And being the good employee that I was totally willing to make this guy sandwich over the phone, let him pick it up after we closed, and then I wouldn't ring him up and just pocket the money. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. That's a crime. Please don't sue me. So I said, yeah, I can do that. What kind of sandwich do you want? And he said, I just need gas. Oh, don't worry, sir. This sandwich will give you plenty of gas. I mean, do you want chips or something? No, he said. I just need gas. I was a little confused. Okay, yes. So you'll get gas, then are you going to stop by and pick up a sandwich? And he said, I don't want a sandwich. And then it hit me. Even though the first thing I ever said to this guy was, thank you for calling Subway, I think he thought he was talking to a gas station. So I said, sir, this...
What happens if he thought it was a gas station with a Subway in it? Now, I don't know about you, but in Northern Ireland, or Ireland, whatever you want to call it, there are a lot of shops with like Subways in them, even like Greg's and stuff. I don't think people from other countries know that. I have a lot of people from like different countries that watch my videos.
It's a Subway? Oh. And I never got the chance to tell him that gas pumps don't close. This next story happened when I was at home and I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. Now, I've had friends tell me that they don't answer the phone to any number they don't recognize, but my anxiety won't...
But what happens if it's like your grandmother and you haven't added her contact? But I have added her contact. What happens if it's a friend from school or something?
Let me do that. What if it's your bank calling saying your account got hacked? What if it's your grandma? Because why would you have her saved in your phone? Or what if it's your Nigerian uncle who wants to give you his collection of gold bars and needs your information for a wire transfer? You just never know, so I always pick up the phone. So I answered it, and it was this woman asking for a Lawrence. And I said, oh, I'm not, you have the wrong number. And she goes, isn't this 416295? That's obviously not a real number, so don't try calling it. And I said, no, this is 416293, because that's my phone number. Again, that's not actually a valid phone number, so please don't call it. And she goes, 3? I don't think I pressed 3. And I don't know what to say to this woman, because my number is 416293. It's really not. But she doesn't think she pushed 3. So I don't know how she's talking to me right now. Unless she did. So I said, well, obviously, you did. And then I made a comic about the whole situation because I thought the internet would think it was funny. This next story happened not too long ago. I got a call from a number I didn't recognize at...
Well, I was says, well, you've got the wrong number, so you know what? And then I just hang up. And well, no. Actually, no. Reverse that. Right, I'll be like, yeah, you got the wrong number, bro, but I hope you get your contact. I hope you have a nice day. Goodbye, bro. And then I'll just hang up. And, I'll just block the contact. Because I don't want to get in any bother or anything.
9:30 in the morning, and I was lying in my bed. Asleep. And most people would agree that you're supposed to be awake and productive at 9:30. And I didn't want whoever this stranger was thinking I'm lazy, so I had to answer the phone with my best, I've been awake for several hours voice. Phone with my best, I've been awake for several hours voice.
Yeah, we all get that voice, Loki. Like, wait. You know what? When I'm up, I'm up. Like, there's no, like, oh, I don't want to get up. Like, when I'm up, I can't go back to sleep. I can sit there and daydream, but, you know. Also a bit
Hello?
dramatic.
You're going to have to come quickly. Timmy fell down the well, Vance.
What?
I said you're going to have to come quickly because Timmy fell down the well, Vance.
I could tell it was a woman on the phone, but it was either her accent or the phone being buggy, or I just had woken up, but I could not understand anything she was saying. But I could make out one word, which was Vance. So, I did not have a lot to go off of. I said, I think you have the wrong number. Okay, goodbye.
You gotta come quickly because Timmy fell down.
Well, I should probably get the day started, I thought as I went back to sleep. But then immediately I got a call from the same number, and I thought, okay, maybe if this person is calling again, even after I explicitly told her she had the wrong number, maybe it's not a wrong number after all. Maybe there's something else going on. Maybe it's an emergency, so maybe... talk to me.
Vance.
Okay. I can't understand anything you're saying. So then this woman must have handed...
that's horrible. No. Because, like, then they're going to get annoyed at you and they're going to think, like, you're judging their accent. No.
phone to her friend.
Look, we all know how this goes.
Because a different voice started talking, and I could actually understand her, and I'll never forget what
Let's go.
she said, which was,
Vance, no one thinks
That you're funny.
and even though I'm not Vance, that kind of hurt. So I stated the obvious, which was, yes, I am. And also, I'm not Vance. And she said,
no, Lance.
so this whole time, these two have been looking for a Lance. So I told this woman, I'm not Lance either. And she said,
Well, this is the number they
Gave me.
okay, if she had said it like, oh, I'm sorry, this is the number they gave me. I didn't mean to call you, stranger. Also, I do think you're funny and enjoy your videos. Then that would have been totally fine. She's
No, like, she just thought he was taking the, you know, the piss out of him, but... I mean, no. He was taking piss out of her. But still, yeah, I get the both sides, though.
just shifting the blame to someone else. But instead, she sounded so condescending, like I was wasting her time. Well, this is the number they gave me, and they can't be wrong, so you must be the real Lance. So I said, well, they must have given it to you wrong. Look, I'm too tired to be polite. But then, she hung up on me. Like this woman just basically called a random person, said, you're not funny, and then hung up. So I decided to call her back and said, hey, I just found the real Lance. He's the funniest guy I ever met, and he told me he doesn't give his phone number out to rude pieces of shit. I'm just kidding on that last part. I thought about doing it, but then I went back to sleep. I didn't do it. And then someone on the internet found
Bro, he should have.
my phone number, and I changed it. And whoever has my old number is probably getting a lot of calls from strangers and people I went to high school with. Sorry about that.
What the skip? Hey guys, welcome back. I mean, no, well, no. I'm watching another video because, you know, I'm entertained. And also, I don't think I even watched this. Or at least I don't think I've watched the whole thing. It's my thoughts on Blu-ray. No, see,
Uncle James, can we play Space Explorer? Shut up for a second. I'm watching this unnaturally charming preschool show. Why are you watching a show for babies? Okay, kid. This show is extremely sophisticated and
actually, I watched Blue too, even though it's for toddlers.
can be enjoyed by both children and adults. So why don't you shut your ignorant mouth and find someone who actually loves you to play your silly little space game?
Bro, chill out. Wait. Is he annoying him or... I don't know. I don't know the whole backstory of this part in the video, but bro, just chill out. I mean, look at him. Bro's sad.
Crikey, Bingo! You can't say that to your sister. You have to say nice things. Treat others how you want to be treated, mate.
Oh, I really needed to hear that today. This episode of The Odd Ones Out is called Are you familiar with the Australian animated preschool show Bluey? If your TikTok algorithm is anything like mine, you'll have seen a bunch of clips of this blue cartoon dog all over your For You page, paired with Subway Surfer highlights. Wow, TikTok, clips of a foreign preschool show? I thought you were supposed to cater to my interests. Let's read some of the comments on these Bluey TikToks, shall we? No shame, I'm a senior in high school, but I watched Bluey religiously, and this episode had me all in my feels. I'd say I had a good childhood, but I binged Bluey because adult life is so stressful and I'm sad, and it reminds me of a simpler time. Bluey is for everyone. I'm literally 27, and it's such a comfort show. Bluey is absolutely destroying me as a teenager who wishes he had this childhood. In my teen years and watching full episodes of Bluey. Watching Bluey high is such a fun time, dude.
What the...
Huh.
Alright.
You know,
yeah,
to
the
me,
last comment...
I'm just thinking out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's the best comment, but alright, yeah, you do your thing.
Loud here. It seems like a lot of these comments weren't made by preschoolers. What's going on here? Now, if
Well,
you're...
I mean, it's social media, so like, I watch Bluey on CBBS or whatever the hell you want to call it, and yes, blame me in the comments for acting like a baby.
brain
I
is
don't care. Act like a toddler.
anything like mine, you'll be thinking, why is this show about Australian dogs so popular with adults who don't even have children? In fact, why does Bluey have over 5 billion views on TikTok, is searched more than Paw Patrol, Peppa Pig, and Cocomelon, and why is this episode number 8 in IMDb's highest rated episodes of all time? This phenomenon intrigued me, and I was also bullied by a large number of people on my own team to watch the show. So, one day I sat down, put on the first episode, and I watched all 141 episodes. Hang on, James, 141? But there's only 129 on Disney+. Don't worry, my fellow obsessive Bluey fan. We're going to talk about that later. I work in cartoons, and I've been to furry conventions, so Bluey has always been on my radar of shows I'm aware of. And just from the clips that I saw, I adored the art style, especially the backgrounds. So much so
Yeah,
that my
the
very
backgrounds are
own
brilliant.
background team has studied and taken inspiration from Bluey's backgrounds. Here you can see my backgrounds taking on a more Bluey aesthetic. I mean, just look at the colors, especially their greens. Oh my god! Doesn't just looking at these backgrounds bring a smile to your face? While I was watching the first season,
Yeah,
I
fair.
realized, oh, okay, I see why this show is so popular. Because it's genuinely a good show. We've already established that the show is great to look at, but the voice acting, the sound design, and the music are equally as amazing, so it's also great to listen to. While most, if not all, other preschool shows will hire adults who can sound like toddlers, Bluey gets actual children to voice the actual child characters.
I know, and it's pretty good.
How every Australian toddler in Bluey can be so expressive and emotional. It's impressive that the show got such a talented cast of
Carl.
child actors who don't sound annoying to listen to. Or maybe it's just their Aussie accents that I like, I don't know. The characters have so much personality, and the comedic timing is something I've never seen before in a preschool show. I can't think of a single time Cocomelon has made me laugh this much, or even smile. The 4 main characters are Chili and Bandit, the parents, and Bluey and Bingo, the 6 and 4-year-old daughters. Yes, Bluey is a girl. You gotta catch up, dude. Come on, it's 2023. The show
Yeah, I know.
also does not hide the fact that it's Australian. It references multiple Australian locations and animals. They call flip-flops thongs, and they say things like, "Oh nor!" While some preschool shows focus on teaching kids numbers and letters, Bluey focuses on the relationship of the family and teaches its lessons through the make-pretend games that the family plays. And I want to emphasize how perfect
Yeah, it's perfect because like usually kids will just normally play, but like they make the characters play the games. If that makes sense, and then that's the own kid's imagination imagining what's already there. But then that's in their imagining. It's just I think it's class how they make it.
these 2 parents are. These 2 are the most patient and emotionally aware parents I've seen ever. There are multiple times where the parents apologize to their kids for, frankly, not even doing anything wrong. The dad is like the most perfect dad role model, okay? Check this out. Bingo was sad that Dad didn't get to see the leaf bug outside. She was like,
Daddy, come and see. Come here, Daddy. Quickly.
but he was too busy playing with Bluey, being a present father figure in her life. And at night, she's all boo-hoo about it, and he kneels down, gets to her level, and apologizes, explaining that he didn't hear her. Now, I don't have any kids, but if I spent my weekend running around with toddlers, and then right before bed, one of them said, you didn't get to see the ladybug, I would say, that's okay. I've already seen a ladybug. Good night. In one episode, Chicken Rat, Bingo lost her favorite toy, and Mom asks, well, where was the last place you had it? The two retrace Bingo's steps, and through flashbacks, we see this bizarre day that Bluey and Bingo had. The very first flashback we see, Bluey and Bingo are cooking a chicken rat egg while wearing weird costumes. And through this creative backwards storytelling, we piece together what a chicken rat is and how the kids ended up in this situation. It's episodes like that which
Exactly. You put all together.
really make me appreciate the care that went into this show, and really sets Bluey apart from every other preschool show. Most preschool shows stick to a formula.
Yeah, most of the preschool shows shown there. I just watched them and I just thought, yeah, these are so shit. I'm gonna go on some YouTube.
And talk down to the viewer, because typically their viewers are short. As a childless adult, I don't want to say, this show teaches you how to be a good parent, because I don't know how to be a good parent. But on paper, there are lessons in this show that are just as important for the parents to learn. So while watching season 1, I got a feel for the world and characters. I started to piece together, okay, this show is depicting perfect parents, it's well written and wholesome, anyone regardless of having kids can enjoy the show. Let's watch the rest, shall we? Season 2 and Season 3 is when things go from 100 to 1,000. This is when episodes cover deep and emotional topics that I think toddlers are too baby to understand. Let's see, there's the struggles of keeping romance in your relationship alive when you have two toddlers to look after, why taking time to play with your kids can have a ripple effect that lasts into adulthood, feeling inadequate as a mom, what it's like having a dad in the army, parents disagreeing on different parenting styles, moms getting tipsy implied, dealing with infertility, abandonment, potentially a miscarriage, that one's still up in the air, and death. Actually, that one was in season 1. You can't even compare Bluey to other preschool shows. Like, what the fuck was Dora the Explorer even doing? Was she even trying to entertain the adults who are also going to be watching her show? Dora had the same formula every episode, and there was a map who sang a song that was just repeating the same 3 words 14 times. Season 2, there's an episode where Chili is telling Bluey about how when she was a baby, she wasn't crawling or rolling over as fast as the other babies in her mom group, and she compared Bluey's developmental delay to the other babies and felt inadequate as a mother. And then this pink poodle comes to console her, looks directly into the camera and says, "You're doing great." I'm a he-him male with no kids, and I still get teary-eyed just thinking about that episode. People will tell you that Bluey is a kid's show that adults can enjoy too. No, that episode wasn't for the kids. It was directed at all the moms watching who are doubting their motherhood. When has Cocomelon ever done something like this? All the babies stop singing mid-nursery rhyme, look directly into the camera and say, "Hey mom, just wanted to say you're doing a great job raising me. Keep up the good work." Like, no, that'll never happen. I'm still not done talking about how impressive the writing in Bluey is, okay? So please indulge me for a bit. I'm switching into video essay mode as we do a deep dive into the themes and symbolisms of one of my favorite Bluey episodes, Flat Pack.
So that is pretty
The
cool.
entire episode is an allegory of human history told from a religious
Yeah, that's cool.
and scientific perspective, respectively. And it touches on the ever-growing relationships between a
Cool.
mother and child, all within 7 minutes. No, I'm not reading too deep into this. Let's begin. Bandit and Chili set out to build a new swing for their porch, and we get this great meta self-aware joke from Bandit when he complains about the instructions saying, "I'm not taking advice from a cartoon dog." Meanwhile, the girls play games with the leftover packing materials that are thrown into the yard by their parents. Bluey and Bingo are given bubble wrap, which they pretend is water, so they pretend they're fish. Then they're given cardboard, which they pretend is land, so they pretend they're frogs. Then they're given tails and become lizards, then T-Rexes, then birds, then furry little animals. Is this chart starting to look familiar? Then they're monkeys, and then bipedal cave dogs. What? Is that you, Mr. Darwin? Were these girls playing out the evolution of man through a silly game? Now, if you didn't like the evolution symbolism, I know you're
Yeah, let's go.
going to love the parents being an allegory for the creators. You know, the big guy upstairs, the whatever you believe is going on. The parents supply the girls with their entire world. They give the girls the sea, the land, the volcanoes, and the trees. In these cave paintings the girls make that tell their history, they depict the parents as gods, higher up and in the clouds. They do look a little angry. Perhaps they're still in the Old Testament. The parents being the creators is hinted at again by Chili when she looks at the girls lovingly saying, "Aw, we made them." An Allen wrench, aka tools, and one industrial revolution later, the girls evolve from cave dogs to modern dogs, building futuristic towns and spaceships. Throughout the episode, as the girls go through different stages of evolution, they also go through different stages of their lives as a mother and child. As fish, Bluey says that she's the mommy fish and Bingo is the baby. Then as frogs, Bingo pretends to be a toddler and Bluey teaches her how to catch flies. Then as T-Rexes, Bingo becomes a big girl. Then as cave dogs, she's a teenager. And finally, in the last stage, she's all grown up, ready to traverse the universe on her own. She thanks Bluey for looking after her.
Right. theodd1sout real quick. That's very deep, bro.
And leaves on her spaceship. Bluey, now much older, as shown by her having to use a cane, crosses the styrofoam threshold, which represents her death, and she gets to live with her creators.
Jeez, bro, that's deep.
All while this orchestral masterpiece is playing, and suddenly you realize you're crying? When did that start? And then Bandit ties the allegory all together at the very end, saying, "Ah, this is heaven." Are you joshing me right now? This preschool show was able to tell a clever allegorical story with tasteful religious undertones in how many minutes? Did you just make me feel emotions over a cartoon dog? This isn't the only episode you can make an in-depth video essay on. There are plenty of...
I'm just saying it. Yeah, there should be like some kind of like theory behind like Bluey and all that. Bro, how did the creators even think of that? Like, bro, it must have been like some real smart dude, like, because holy, bro, I've seen it and it's good.
other episodes that hit just as hard as this one. While I was doing research for this video, it got me thinking about another foreign animated kids show with 8-minute long episodes that focus on a family of 2 toddlers. Except, unlike Bluey, this show is universally hated. Caillou, it's Caillou. I had this idea in my
I thought it was Peppa Pig. I hate Peppa Pig.
head that people only hated Caillou because he was a more accurate portrayal of a toddler. But in the handful of Caillou episodes I watched, I was reminded, oh no, that's why people hate Caillou. Because he sucks. His brattiness isn't even important to the plot. It
I mean, he's like a complete pain. Like,
comes out of nowhere.
be
Caillou
fair.
will be getting ready in the morning, he spills cat food and says, Gilbert, look what you did. He's at the beach and this bird who's done nothing wrong gets told to go away. And there's a bunch more examples of Caillou being a whiny piece of shit. And I can't help but think
Fair.
that Caillou's screeching, piercing, whiny voice does not help him be a likable character. I bet real
no, it doesn't.
toddlers can be little punks sometimes, but why would you show that in your cartoon and not have him learn any lesson? There's never a lesson learned in Caillou. Since Caillou was a brat all the time, a lot of people, myself included, wondered why Caillou's parents never disciplined or even tried to change his bratty behavior. But after I
Fair.
thought about it, I realized it would be a very weird episode of Caillou if one day Caillou's mom was like, Caillou, what did you do to your sister? I made her look pretty, Mommy. Caillou, that was Mommy's expensive makeup. How many times do I have to tell you not to touch Mommy's things? Come here, you little twit.
Mommy, why are you hitting? Getting a spanking.
Absolute cinema, bro. Absolute flipping cinema.
Caillou! I hate you!
That kid got what was coming to him. I don't know, maybe that episode would be cathartic to some parents. Anyways, getting back to the actual best children's show ever, even though Bluey is literally the most mentally intelligent and educational show for the minds of children, teens, adults, and parents, some unnamed mouse company decided to censor some of the episodes on their platform. It's the strangest things that got censored, too. This horse pooping, Bandit getting hit in the groin, Bandit saying the word groin. This hitchhiker is no longer from Argentina. That one's kind of weird. This pretend cat saying it will pretend pee on the curtains. Bandit hinting at wanting to get snip snip down there. Adults, you know what I'm talking about. And the last 10 episodes of season 3, which are some of the deepest episodes in the series, aren't even on Disney Plus. But that could just be a licensing thing, I don't know. I kept waiting for the infertility episode. I heard so much about it. I finally got to the last episode on Disney Plus and thought, oh, okay. They're saving the deepest one for last. All right, let's do this. And the episode was about the family playing courtroom to determine if Bandit farted. I hope this video convinced you to...
What? No, bro didn't even watch, like, the Bluey mini shows or whatever that they put on Disney Plus.
give Bluey a chance. I mean, you're still
Wait,
here.
actually, one night this year. Actually, when was this video done? When was this video made? 1 year ago. Alright. Fair, bro. Bro's alright. Wait, 1 year ago? No, actually, yeah. Yeah, he saw it and he just didn't speak about it.
Listening to a grown man talk about it, so you gotta be at least a little interested in it. Through its relatable and realistic portrayal of family life, the show has not only entertained, but also taught valuable life lessons to its viewers. The show's emphasis
Who has the Among Us action figure?
on play and family bonding is so refreshing to see compared to the usual fast-paced, mind-numbing shows aimed at kids. Bluey reminds us all the importance of spending time with loved ones and finding joy in the everyday. And if you still don't want to watch Bluey,
Bro, it's too
have you
deep.
thought about getting high and watching it? Thank you all so much for watching this.
What the hell, bro? That's crazy, bro. Especially for the odd ones out to say. But yeah. Let's go. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.